Hi, my name is Jonathan Bell. I'm a 41-year-old ex-combat medic, U.S. citizen. I have recently got past a midlife crisis in which has taken pretty much everything that I've ever strived for, my pride, my honor. This is not easy for me to do. I've been in a lot of tough situations being a combat medic, to a parent, to a loved one. So let me go ahead and say this. I pray to God that somebody hears me. I pray to God that everybody can hear me, that can believe in me, that I believe in God and I believe in Jesus. I've always walked through this life with the belief that other people would treat me the same way that I had treated them, which is with an open heart, and belief that they would do good by me for the simple acts that I would do good for them. I've had a lot of success in my life. I've had a lot of troubles, but I've always been able to pick my head up and hold my head high. And this last effect that I went through, I've looked down at the world, and I've been looking down, wondering why. Why won't anybody listen to me? Why won't anybody help me or assist me? We have a lot of problems here in America. We have a lot of problems around the world. One of my biggest problems right now is I do not know where my daughter is. I do not know where her mother is. And I'm reaching out to you, my fellow Americans. If one child goes missing, that's one too many. My daughter was taken. Certain little things that my ex-wife had told me, which I love very much. I have always loved my ex-wife. And I've always loved my child. Everybody knows that and stands by me. I have changed people's lives by the way that I conduct my individual private time, to the way that I help other people. My whole life I have acquired a resume of success. And the reason I'm here is to tell you who I am and why you should be listening to me. I don't know what or how to explain what I'm feeling and thinking and seeing. All that I know is that some people have orchestrated certain things that have affected my life in a very severe way, and I'm very pissed off. I'm sad. I'm heartbroken. And as I went down the paths of finding out what the truth is, it scared the holy of holies out of me. I was born in Modesto, California. Think of that name, Modesto, modest O. We've been modified from day one. It's even written in the Bible, and I don't care what religion you are, what pastor you listen to, what church or affiliation you go to. I've sought them all. I've listened to the scripture, and I've always followed that my God, my personal Jesus, was always calling my name. That I was going to be like my Father, which is God Almighty. And I can't be Him. Other people are trying to be Him. And they've been trying to recreate people for decades, and it's written all over the Bible, and they skip past this. I've been affected by many religious, I'm going to call them extremist groups, trying to hide the fact that we have generations, those are genes of creation of men and women. Don't get me wrong, women. You were created from man, that was created from Adam, where he was put asleep and they opened him up and took a rib to get his bone marrow to create you. You come from man. God created only one man and created him a buddy. From those two people, they created you. You need to be you, and the men need to be men. And I don't think either one of us knows what is going on there. We're using each other, abusing each other, and not listening to each other and respecting each other's wishes, desires. It's very sad that we're overlooking the years and decades of destruction, the killing of people. For centuries we've been fighting a holy war over a book that has produced so many lies and deaths, rapes, people taken. I am one of the victims of this. And if you don't believe me, that's your fault. I can't get any help because I have been a victim, and they're trying to hide that from me, and they're trying to hide it from you. That when you think of bloodlines, I have one of the oldest living bloodlines in this whole world, and they have taken that from me. The Human Genome Project was real. And why did they create a Human Genome Project? What's the belief in that? What is the purpose? If you don't ask the question, how is it going to affect you? How is it affecting you? Think about that. Genetically modified food, genetically modified water, sodas, they all have things that affect you. And you can't get answers. There is no answers to be found anywhere. You go look. I have looked. If you disagree with me, show me the information. I've searched. I've been rowing the boat from day one when I found out I was a disposable soldier, and I've sought answers, and all I've gotten in return is my dog shot, my daughter taken from me, my house being taken from me, my car being taken from me, everything that I own and work my life for, my Social Security, my VA, my honor was taken by our U.S. government, and that should affect you. I'm sad. They can't take my honor, but they've taken my pride, they've taken my smile, they've taken my light. I love every single person I've ever met in my life. Here's my list of resume. I'll put this up against any one of your presidential candidates that have lied to you. Grab them by the, you're going to say, high school, there's no responses. People are taking away our Obamacare. Why aren't they just modifying it to what works good? They're taking it away and they're not putting anything there. What's there for you? They're taking the doctors away from the hospitals. There's no doctors in the hospitals. They're putting 26-year-old physician's assistants in hospitals to care for you. That's not right. Where are the big people that know what's going on, that know how to cure people? Every medicine that you take is not there to cure you. It's there to hinder you. Any person that takes a pill for depression is still depressed because they're not curing the depression, because they're not curing the problems. Not one person running for president mentioned one thing that you cared about. They didn't care. They didn't talk about the financial crisis that did happen, the banking implosion that did happen, the housing market collapse that did happen, and they're selling our houses to other countries. Our banks are owned by other countries. Our government is being ran by other countries. If you don't These people are over on this side of the team. The other side of the team is Donald Trump. Donald Trump, his wife has a Russian name. If you look online in the back pages of anything, it's Russian brides, Russian this, Russian that. They're selling their people to America. If you go to any store, any gas station, any hotel, they're owned by, Southeast Asia. You're talking about There's nothing here owned by America. The forefathers came here before the founding fathers, and now we have another takeover coming now. And you should be scared. If you're free, white, and 21, woman, child, male, you should be scared. Because other countries are not looking at you as like you have something to offer. We've already given them what they were looking for, which is us, our DNA. The Genome Project was for one thing. If you could map a person from the creation to the existence, to the things that make you who you are, your decisions, your free will, your peace of mind, once they have all those pieces, what do you think they're going to do to you? Are they doing anything for you with the things that they got today? Not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for them. They've been taking and taking and taking from us and not giving us anything except for a food stamp, a stimulus, a little bonus check of our tax money that we paid in. It's sickening to me that these people, even Donald Trump, closing up borders when we're trying to get rid of racial inequality. We're looking at third world countries where we just had an Olympics at a third world country that had no running water, no infrastructure, no phones. They're sleeping on boats. Those boats are probably still parked in the harbor, not even coming home because there's nothing for them to come home to. Hey, I'm just reporting what I see, and these things are real. And if they don't have a replacement for Obamacare, and they're just chucking it out with nothing to put in, what's your insurance like? What's your new health care plan going to be? It's not there. They're looking at signing away Social Security, but note, we have thousands of baby boomers dying every single day. You have people like me that served in the military that are dying 21 people a day. 21 people a day? Oh my God. Think about that. That's over 700 good men like me that are dying by their own hands, not in war. If you add up all those, that's over 7,000 plus people per year that are dying by their own hands. And who's going to protect you when we're all dead? I've been close too many times to not say anything about this. There's a program that's been in effect since 1858, and it's called the Disposable Soldier Program. The Vietnam vets knew about it. They are still filling it. There is no VA. There is no DOD trying to help us out. And if you read any of the things that I have posted before and you dismiss them, you're dismissing your own life. You're dismissing your own people. And one child, one Marine, one Army man, one Air Force, one Coast Guard, any of us is one too many that are shooting themselves out when all these phone numbers, these 800 crisis lines are all echo chambers. There are no programs for people such as myself. I am one of 44,800 other men. This isn't about me. I'm still rowing the boat. I'm trying, but you're dismissing them. You're dismissing their kids. You're dismissing their families. When that young man comes home and he's been beat up, he's seen death, and you just dismiss him and think, oh, they're taking care of him. When you get a little ribbon I support my vets, not a dime goes to those people. Not a dime goes to those family members. I'm sorry. It's kind of like the little black kid back in the 80s, and you all know this. You're Generation X. Not one time did I ever think that they weren't getting the money. But there's thousands of Africans that weren't getting that money. It's $1 a day, not getting anything. Now, I've been in many, many positions. I've been a department head of quality assurance, performance improvement, physical examinations, patient contact representative. I've been an owner of a coffee shop, which is one of the biggest sweatshop slave centers in the whole world, coffee. I've been a trainer. I've been a manager, daily duties from operations, scheduling, payroll, accounting, collections. I've been in marketing my whole entire life, implementation and follow-up practices for everything I've ever done. Preparing and designing training manuals, presentations on a weekly, monthly, instructions and dialogue, and being able to correspond and put these in front of other people. I don't know one presidential candidate can say that they have been in any of these kind of shoes. I've been in medical supply to operations or office supply. I ran a whole department as an E3 in the Navy. It was called ServMart. The department had shipping and receiving. I operated a OPTAR. Everything in the Navy has a acronym. Operation TAR. Where does TAR come from? It comes from decomposed bodies. It comes from dinosaurs, right? Well, when we run out of dinosaurs, it comes from you. Our people. I ran a budget. I put in a just-in-time ordering system. This is way before computers. I'm talking card stock, carbon paper. I was able to emphasize education and training for the whole team, the whole entire hospital, and design communication in order to prepare everybody for just-in-time ordering systems to lower the amount of expenses and the waste within the hospital. I put together training manuals and presentations in each and individual departments. I've restructured a whole entire medical warehouse in order for it to streamline efficiency, operate in a higher capacity, and produce a more efficient and less sporadic travel to pick up supplies. I had over 25 years of communication and network, computer navigation, integration, and database. Administration, computer literate. I can work on computers like nothing else. I started in computers with a Texas Instrument way back in the 1980s, I think the age of 6. Familiar with employees, record scheduling, counseling, and hiring. I've put in accurate accounting systems for all such systems, file management, IDC recording, which is medical record recording, charting, accountability, personnel files, personal files, financial records. I was a mortgage loan officer for 13 years, analyzing individual and civilian income and expenditures. Quality control, reporting errors, issues, and projection analysis. Human resources, policy generation, employee termination facilities. I've always been a team player in social activities, employee social coordinator, cross-training, problem-solving, role model, father, doing father days with my daughter, bringing your child to work days, volunteering, collaborating, and system representatives. I served for 5 years in the U.S. military as a combat medic, assigned to a naval hospital, and then assigned to the 1st Marine Corps, 1st Tank Battalion, 29 Palms. Work experience, I started out at first job ever, Meeks Hardware, going to Round Table Pizza, keep it going. I've done assembly, I was an owner-operator of a coffee shop, website development, expanding solutions, Stockton, California. I was an LVN. By the time I graduated high school, I was a nursing assistant certified prior to joining the military, where I became an EMT, a LVN, a phlebotomist, emergency vehicle operator. I spent 13 years as a mortgage loan officer. I also spent time in computer networking technician, wiring specialist, assembly worker as a Leviton and Coinstar. Leviton, I did defibrillators. There's something for you. Did you know that the defibrillator takes a 9-volt battery, turns that into 6,000 watts? What? Really? Do you know it only takes a little bit to charge a 9-volt battery to produce that kind of wattage? It's kind of like a taser. You can charge your house with that shit. Sorry, excuse my French. Let's see here. Let's go education. Real estate, sales. How do you think I know that our country sold out our country? Oh, well, geez, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Penny Mac, HUD, FHA have all taken investment properties, which were conventional mortgages, bundled them up in multi-million-dollar packages and sold them to overseas companies. So as a licensed mortgage real estate agent and mortgage loan officer, I took fire science classes, all of them in college. Phlebotomy, I was a Fleet Marine Corps combat medicine, personal responsibility, core values trainer counseling. Through the DOD, I took 3 years of math and English at college, EMT basic, National Registry EMT, Naval Hospital Corps School, San Diego, Naval Recruit Training Camp, Great Lakes, Illinois. Nursing Assistant School, Nursing Assistant Certified, Snow Isles, Mukilteo, Washington. I went to Nova High School here in Redding, California. Taking personal growth and research my whole entire life, self-help. I have many skills in all kinds of computers to mechanical, physical, industrial. There's not much that I cannot do. Personal awards and accolades. Most people don't understand this about me, that I've always been a go-to kind of guy. Do what I gotta do. So this is kind of like me in a nutshell. I gotta just tell this shit because this is my last plea, my last testimony. And if I don't make it somewhere soon or somebody doesn't stand out to help me, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. Apparently I got a big ass X on my forehead. Let's see here, Shasta County Real Estate Board Presidential Award 2014, going above and beyond the support of the board and community. Outstanding physical readiness throughout my whole entire naval career. Outstanding every single time. I also had two-time award recipient, scholar athlete, Bill Clinton Presidential Award 2 years in a row. Snohomish County Hall of Fame for scholar athlete. I started a program called the Peer Outreach Program with a dear friend of mine, Heather McFeeters, which ended up recruiting some other kids. We basically took at-risk teens and helped them transition from freshman or middle school into being a freshman with a senior buddy that would be able to look out over them. I did public speaking in high school to multiple groups in which I was able to obtain scholarship to the Washington State Governor's School of Leadership and Foreign Policy and Diplomacy. I was one of 100 students selected from Washington, Oregon, California, and Colorado to attend this program during my junior year of high school. I was also the National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete in 1993. It encompasses not only your academic ability, but your scholastic aptitude and your community service as well, presented by the Seattle Seahawks coach Tom Flores, also a longtime Raider coach. And countless letters of appreciation, everything from baby fairs to volunteering at elementary schools with my daughter to the volunteer work from the principal, Mistletoe Shelley Peterson. Let's see here, different groups that I've been on. Mistletoe Elementary Site Council, Northern California Youth Coaches. I've coached sports from my daughter's age of 5 all the way until she was taken. I also coached and sponsored a team in the Northern California Adult Soccer League. I volunteered at the Scottish Games and Irish Games in Northern Washington. I was also part of the Shasta County Real Estate Social Committee. See here, some of my hobbies: all sports, writing, dancing, woodworking, furniture design, novice inventor and concept design, history and podcast, historical narratives, and fact discussions. There's not much that I haven't done, and I put my resume, I got like 7-8 pages over any of your politicians that are creating policies not for you, but against you, and taking your rights away. They're taking your guns away. They're contaminating your food. They're not telling you about your water. They're not telling you that they're mining out your national reserves underneath your feet. I'm sorry, I live in Redding, California. This is the biggest bullshit city in the whole entire California region. We have the #1 mine up here. It's called Iron Mountain Mine. It connects to many other mines that come down from Washington all the way down the coast. It connects to Empire Mines. I'm sorry. Did you guys know that Trump bought his Chinese steel for his towers from China right here in America? That China has their own mines right here. They're called surface mines. Why are they doing surface mining? They're mining out our reserves, America. Redding, California. The police drive back the blue when the blue even knows that all the shit's going on. I got military people fucking with me. I got government officials not answering the phone. Now here, why? I'm 41 years old. I was going to go to Annapolis Naval Academy coming out of high school. I chose not to go active duty to be with real people and be with my fellow man. I didn't want to spend 17 years in college and reserves and all this stuff. I wanted to be on the forefront. I wanted to be on the ground level where it happens. Who doesn't? That being said, in order to do that, I could meet my politicians. I met Wally Herger. I met my senators, my congressmen. I met these individuals. And so when I come down to this, and I find out people have put this information in front of me, when they talk about hacking, I got plenty of it. Honestly, I can't get outside of my cell phone unless I come to the library, I jump on something, another computer that's not being traced to me. If you don't believe me, I don't give a shit. This stuff is true. These things happen to me. I mean, my dog got shot. What would you do if your dog got shot? And then you make a police report. Did they even report it? No. No. Did they give a shit that my dog got shot on my own property? No. How come my ex-wife knew something was going to happen to my dog? She goes, I was going to take your dog. Johnny, can you help us out with this? I have no animosity or ill will towards my ex-wife. I love her too. I'm scared for her. I'm scared for my daughter. That I'm sorry, my daughter's 12 years old and I haven't talked to her since March. Come on. What if it was your child? I'm here because of her. Do it for her. My daughter has been taken from me, and nobody seems to care. I go to any government official, and nobody cares. I can't believe that. Nobody believes that some child would be taken, especially me. I'm probably going to get nothing from here. But I want answers. I've sought to talk to Doug LaMalfa. Nowhere. I've tried to get a hold of Barbara Boxer. Nowhere. Contacted every single official in government all the way down California, and I haven't been able to contact not one. Not one of them have answered the call. So where are they at? If there was something going on wrong with the people, and I am a civilian just like yourself, and I can't get a hold of them, then why are they in place? If they're not here to help me, they have systems to track us and to research things. And how come I can't get that? How come I can't figure out where my child is at? How come I can't figure out why I can't get my VA benefits? Nobody cares. You don't care? So then what are we doing here? You don't care for me, then why should I care for you? I love you people, man. I love people. Help me. Give me something. I mean, how come I can't reach these people? I've tried to reach Obama. And here's the sad thing. When I reached out to Obama, I got nothing. When I reached out to his wife, nothing. When I reached out to all these people, nothing. It's like an empty echo chamber. I asked Mr. Paul Ryan. I asked all these people, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton. Now let me tell you this. I won the Bill Clinton Presidential Award in 1994, 93. He was also my commander-in-chief when I joined the military. After my third head injury, I requested an early out from the military. We were downsizing the military at that time. They were letting us go. I fit the complete box of early release, which was I was only less than 6 months until I was getting out. And I got denied both times. Now, if I got denied both times an early release that they were doing, would you not consider that held against your will? When you knew you were hurt, you knew that you were having issues, and you asked to get out because of your injuries, and they denied your exit, only to shortly bust you and get you kicked out so they didn't have to pay for you anymore, I would call that an act against my civil rights and my free will to live. And I was basically held in the military against my will, even though I had served my time. This was denied by Bill Clinton and his administration. So I sought to reach out to him. The letter that I got right here says, Mr. Bell, your pursuit of knowledge and devotion to people and education is going to be ever so evident. This is in 94. After the year 2000. So he's already telling me in a letter in the year 2000 there's going to be a problem. I got discharged from booted in 1999, May of 99, right before 2000. When I was getting the boot, they said, you'll never be president in the United States. Why'd they say that to me? I had a great resume. I was an outstanding sailor and Marine. Not much I wouldn't do for all my boys. There's not much I wouldn't do today for you and my boys. Where are all my boys? How many of them are dead? 20 years worth of war for what? Who are we killing? I want answers. I can't get anything corrected. There's nobody there. It's an echo chamber. And if I can't get a hold of my own president, if I can't get a hold of my own representatives, then who's there for you? If I was in that seat, I would be there for you. I don't care how many times I'd have to pick up that phone, how many people I'd have to have answering them in front of me. Life is not that hard. There's more laws than we need in this world. And most of those laws are not there to protect you. It's to protect the people that are in those seats. And if I didn't know better that they were all basically captives. If you don't know what you're getting into and you get in, you're in. And once you know too much, you're in the group, you're in the gang. And you're all in the gang, you're all in the gang. It's blood in, blood out. There's a lot of criminals that are fucking with me, and I'm tired of them too. But I get it, you know, you need to get a paycheck, you're getting a service, and I've had people that look like hitmen, I had people approach me that do some really bad things. People that have taken children, I've seen the vehicles of that shit. I found the mines, I found dens in my own town, I've seen slavery in my own town. I've seen sexual trafficking and victims like you don't even know. But you turn a blind eye to me and you turn a blind eye to them, and you let one sexual traffic go. We just had some people get branded. A gal in Reading was taken, branded. And nobody cares. It's posted all over the place. Human trafficking, child molestation. That's boys and girls. And we let this happen. If it happens in my own town, how many other towns is it happening, and how long is it going to go on for? Well, I got people in blue. I got fire departments. I've got FBI. I've got CIA. I've got all these groups are in this area, and they allow this to go on. It's written in our Constitution to stem cell research, clone, DNA, sexual traffic. And we don't have a say in that? I'm over it. These people have it written in our Constitution that your kid can get taken. No. I don't want your kid taken from you. Why would you want my kid to be taken from me? And if you accept that, you say, he's just ranting. I'm not the one on the stage saying, grab him by the fucking pussy. I'm not the one saying, oh yeah, kill these people, you and personal emails from home. You know, I'm not one of these kind of people. I'm not watching Mr. Wiener jerk off to frickin' child pornography and think that that's okay in an administration campaign. But you think it's okay. What are any of these people doing for you or your community? You got poisonous water, poisonous food. You don't even You don't even care where your food comes from. It's piped in. There's a lot of ill shit going on. And we got to do something about it. And I'm here to do it. I'm all in. I am so far in researching this, and if you turn your mind over here, that's fine. But I see it. I don't know what it was that turned these freaking light bulbs on, but my eyes opened up to the world. You know, we have all these things happening. We have arranged marriages. We have, I'm sorry, if you want a sex change, where the fuck does that body part come from? Somebody else's body parts, you dumbass. I mean, come on. This isn't rocket science. A human growth hormone. Where does a human growth hormone come from to put it in another body? A banned substance. Another person. You got to get a human growth hormone from A and put it in B. You need a new kidney? What's more, I know, I make homelessness look good. You know, I'm homeless. Can you tell? Yeah, I'm homeless. You know, can you tell? I mean, I look pretty darn good for poor white trash in America. You know, this is what the government did to me. The government did this to me. I actually see these different things, and we all see it. We all just ignore it. Put your head in the sand. I'm not doing it anymore. Apparently, I got to take my own life into my own hands. And I got to start doing something about this shit. Nobody else is going to do anything about it? I mean, you see one person get taken. Why don't they get him? Where's the cops at? Why aren't they doing that stuff? When they know that these drugs and these cartels are pumping dope out of the mountains of every single city in California, and we can't do anything about it. That we have cartels from District of Columbia, or, you know, that's where Washington, D.C. is. Come on, man. We're looking at Canada, we're looking at Colombia, and we're looking at Russia taking our fucking country. I mean, this is insane. I'm an American. I actually come from the forefathers, and the reason I can say that, I got a dome, right? Here's my eyeballs. Here's my nose. Alright? I got these two little dots right above my eyeballs, right behind here. So I got second person. So you got eyes. They call that the Hindu, right? And you got another one. It's like a dice, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a perfect 1 by 1 square on my forehead. They call that a foreseer, a foresight, forbidden, you name it, fruition, Ford. You know, you start adding it up, and then when you mark it up, and then I got one back here, and then I got one over here, and one there. There's your 5-star general right there. I mean, second person, so you got first person, second person, third person present. Wow, what is that? The third eye. Chakra. Not blind. I'm not blind. I see. I foresee. Dude, I have panic. I have fear. I mean, I shake at the effects, the things that are happening to this world that are going to happen to you. And if I see these things and you disregard it, then we're doomed. And what is a pentagon? Pentagon? 5 sides? Where's the pentagon? No matter how you mark these things up, I got another one right here. So if I turn my head this way, I got my nose, my eyeballs, and here's my nose. So I have these floodlights right there, and I got those guys there, The little dots here too, like that. Oh, what's the other one too? Let's go with this. So I have these little eyeballs behind my ears. They look out like that. So they go like this from behind my ears. And I have these ones right here. And I have the ones on my forehead. That would be like the unicorn, I believe. Yeah. It's like that. Alright, so this one here, so we go right there. So my eyeball in there, and my nose, my ear, just that little dot, there's that little dot. Just go ahead and put these here, and put the one in the back. I got a little porthole right there. I got a little hole in my head. Right. A little porthole. It's an actual hole in my head. And so this is really, really cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. So these dots, no matter how you domino it up, so I got put eyeballs here, 2 eyes, 4 eyes. I got a 4x4. Whoa, no shit. I got a 2x4. Get it? I got a 3x3. I got a 1x1x, 2x2. You name these things any way you want. Any way you slice the pie. Most people know you're going to go, when you do a pie, you're going to cut those into 5 pieces. Like that. And that's where the porthole is. Huh. I like a pie. Then, if you want to go CO, if you go, there's a circle connecting all those, and then you go up the front. So, it's amazing what I've learned in the past couple of years. Nobody really gives a fuck, except for me, because I'm actually rowing the boat. And everything in history says that this country was settled by 4 fathers. And that was 4. You got 4 there. The connection to God is the back one right there. The hole in the back of the head. Who's got your 6? I got your 6. I got your back. I got mine too. I know when people are creeping up on me. I know when my hair stands up. I have that 6th sense. 6th sense. No matter how you bat it up, no matter how you look at it, all these sayings in the world come down to my freaking dome. And they talk about holy war. How many holes have you got in your head? I have 9 plus 1. So when they say and 1, I got the and 1, which is the porthole. Wormhole? When you see, I see and I see. I hear and I hear. I'm looking at my back. And I'm always looking forward. I'm always happy. I'm never really stressed. I'm sad.
May I have your attention, please? Parents and children are invited to read and create story time starting at 3:30 in the children's department.
When was the last time you guys went and read story time in a school? When was the last time a fire department, instead of going to hang out at boot looking for money, they go down to a school and volunteer to help kids? Maybe go and play down the school with some football kids, or take some at-risk teens to the fire hall. When was the last time, instead of sitting around on your rack working out or eating food, once you stop getting fat and go volunteer in your own freaking community? Look at the police officers. You're sitting there doing nothing in your car, pretending like you're on patrol looking for a fucking ticket to give. Why don't you go down to the school when you get the call to bail out? So they look like, the kids are like, oh yeah, he's going to go save the day. Instead, no, you look like a jerk sitting there being an asshole to people that have no job or nothing. You don't really do anything except for collect money and be a jerk. You let sex trafficking and slavery go on in your own town, police? You know, look at the CIA or the Secret Service. What are you protecting the fucking secret for when it doesn't... People are going to bug you. I love you, Matt. You know what? You're the best fireman I ever met, man. Honestly, I'm so glad you became a fireman. That's my best. So let's say this. Our country has zero money. We have $1 billion in debt. Debits to who? Who do we owe money to? Why do we owe a debt? I don't understand that. And if we're the richest country in the world, how could we be in fucking debt? How can we be in debt and owe other countries and sell all of our countries, all of our businesses and all of our assets? And for what? Like, why do we owe China? Why do we owe Russia? Why do we owe England? I don't understand that. We shouldn't owe anybody nothing because, I don't know, I didn't bet hell, you know. I pretty much feel like we live in hell. So if we have zero cash, we're riding on a food stamp, I guess. You know, we're just kind of rolling over the food stamp. But then when we don't have food, water, shelter, you don't have those, which that's free, and that's free. This comes from wood, and that's also free. So we have what do you call that? A lie. Fees. So lie and fee, that is equals fucked up life. It's the same. You know? These things are free because they're abundant. Food is planting a seed or letting the cows and the pigs. What happened to the pig? I love pork chops. You know, you feed the pig your extras and they get fat and happy and have more babies and so that's free. Water, our planet is what, 75-80% water. So that's free. Shelter comes from trees. Now I can understand that. We need more Arbor Day trees. You know, we need to plant more of that. You know, we have all these people cutting down the trees, but they're not taking the root system out and planting a new tree. Google Earth that. Go up and down the state of California, all the way into Oregon and Washington. You'll see that we're running out of trees because they're not taking the roots out and planting a new tree. But those things are free. Because in the community, you go ahead and you cut down your tree to build a house for another man. You know, so these things we're kind of losing it. Artists, okay? Here's another lie. Check this out. An EMT. Okay, EMT. That's a life-saving skill. Check this out. This is only 4 months. 4 months and $40 with a grant, and that's a freebie if you're in low income. 4 months, $40, or actually it's like $450 at the college for the class. This is life-saving. Now we go over here. Massage is 10 months. 10 months, $15,000 for a certificate to rub and tug. tell me if there's something wrong with this picture. When you have an EMT that is going to save somebody's life, and it takes 4 months, $40 or $450 paid in cash for a life-saving skill, or massage therapy, which everybody knows how to give a rub to themselves. Everybody knows how to rub the pain out. Everybody knows how they like to be touched. But you can't cross that line. But you can have Asian persuasion on every freaking block in my town. Are you kidding me? Now, check it out. That's called sex trafficking. How do I know that? I did my investigation. When they call about deep cover, I went deep cover. So, in town, we have 20 Asian massage parlors. Do you think any of them have a license? No. No. Do you think they ever leave the shop? No. If you call the sex trafficking number, what are they going to do with those women? Whoever's doing this shit in my town, stop it. If you're a police officer, fix it. But don't just let them go. Don't just turn them over, because they'll probably get killed or sent back to some other country or sent to some other town. We need to do something about this. These things are absolutely real. But look at that. I mean, you're going to spend $15,000 to be a starving massage artist, or you can go get a job as an EMT and save lives for a fraction. A fraction. Let's go over here. Let's go to the next one. Power. Power. A big wheel. A dam. You know what's in the dam? Bodies. My forefathers, my ancestors that paid with their bodies to build a dam to collect water to create this big wheel. It's called a water wheel, and it goes around in a circle, and I got these little fans on there. And this is free spinning, so when the water comes through, it goes ping, ping, and it produces free gravitational is it kinetic? Mechanical energy. So we bought this. This is paid for by us and our foreigners. We're all foreigners. We're all foreigners. I am actually a foreigner. I got 4 dots on my forehead. I bet you do too. So if this wheel that's sitting in the dam and they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is producing free energy, why am I paying energy to the city of Reading when that is the maintenance is minimal? It's minimal. And a phone line was a cable that came around the world, so somebody got a cable here, got a cable there. And so you got an intercontinental phone line, and it's one line. That's free, because once you put the line in the ground, it's there. If you protect the line, it will constantly work. The maintenance on that is minimal. These things are free, people, because people paid it forward. We built a dam to create energy, and these people are taking our money to produce what? Energy for their freaking idols. Their Dallas cheerleaders. Their sports buffs. Every GI that's ever ran has paid it forward. So when they were coming here, so people were laying footsteps, coming here, and they were running from what? People were running with fear. People were running from tyranny. Well, the tyranny keeps following us. And so we're right here now. I'm going to call this Generation X. When they talk about GoBots, when they talk about Transformers, more that meets the eye, did you know that communication is that they're putting things in the airwaves that affect you? Kind of like when you go, fuck him. He's crazy. When you slough me off, when you ignore me, they call that a shush from China. So China likes to secrets. So they do that. In every single FCC, part 15. Here's your homework assignment. Open up your little FCC warning book in your cell phone, or your transistor radio, or your computer. Read it. I dare you to read it. Because part 15, no matter what you use it for, you don't use it or you use it, it's actually transmitting a frequency that produces tumors. It also produces cancer in your brain, which swells your brain. When your brain gets swelled, they call that global brain damage, because your head swells to a point where it now starts to die from pressure. So it's kind of like when you get smacked by a diesel truck and you have global brain damage because of the swelling, your brain dies. Yeah, so this thing maximizes the amount of pressure in your brain. And so you go, whatever. That's real shit. That's real. Can't you guys don't see this shit? Sorry that my language is not up to politically correct, because honestly, I'm tired of politically correct. These things are true. And if I didn't know any better, people are getting picked for the team. Some people know these things. Genes. Generations. God bonding. Bands equals veins. Jesus. He, us. He's us. Made from God. That's the reason I believe in God. Is that God says, I am all. And if God is all, and He makes man and all things, man made or semi-homemade. God made man, man made woman, and woman made a new man. This isn't our first rodeo, people. There's generations and generations and generations and generations and the end of time, and these things are real. That this God or Creator created this generation of the Philistines to the Jehovah's to the family of Noah. So when you see names, you got like D-I-D, so that's a 5. And ID, which means that the 5 is an ID. So how many times have you looked in a brain? Well, as far as I know, when you get hit with a rock, and your brain opens up, and say you get hit with a sword and the head gets cut open. I'm sorry, but these are graphic. But I don't know, as a combat man, you go, You look at it. And so you're like, hey, that guy's head is open. What are those dots on his head? So you do that. And so here's the 5ID. And then when you look at people's names, they always have like, Sane, and then Yule, they have little hyphens or these little tick marks, which is kind of like Udon, whatever. So Sane, and then Yule, I don't know if anybody knows that, but Yule is U, which is power. If you look on any power cord, it says Yule, which is nuclear power, or clear power, which is our personal energy. Those things are pretty crazy. They're real. I hope you guys are taking notes. But these things happen to be going around me. Now I have a timeline, so I'm what they call me human. So it's who man. So I hear God. Do you hear Jimmy? Do you hear the Word of God? Do you hear the difference between right and wrong? Do you choose in your heart for action of doing what's right for people? And so these things that I'm talking about are what I've been navigating because of the turmoil that I'm going through. And my turmoil is not because I chose it. But these things have been orchestrated around the human genome, gene knows me. Like an OG. So when you look at the dots, I have a circle, but then also you connect the dots like that. Shape of the gene, and then you have the circle. It's pretty interesting. These things started in 1986 is when that project happened. 1986, I went to Mercy Hospital first time. The next project started in 1990. Nova High School. When I first went to high school in Reading, which used to be called Reading, which is my forefathers' names. It was Redinger, so you figure during World War I, World War II, they had the ER and they took that off so they didn't get labeled as a German and get killed, right? Kind of like, don't like the Japs, you don't like the Germans, you don't like the Russians. America, who the fuck are you to hate anybody? I mean, Jimmy Cricket. I get it, honestly. If you live here, you should be scared because they've been chasing us for decades. The next project started in 1994, which is when I graduated. I went to the Navy. 1995, hospitalized. 1996, hospitalized. 1999, discharged. 2003 was the final project in which I was raped twice by the same woman. And so each time they got a little piece, 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 a little piece. They did another little program, 2005. Mo and Mom, and that would be Emily's Placenta. Makes it double. 2007. There's another project. Think. Also, corresponding with these dates, You're going to see products that come into the market. Red Bull, Under Armour, Many-Thins, Adderall. Let's just start chalking it up. Every day the Human Genome Project, every date corresponds to me. With injuries and being in the hospital, also in the Navy. So all these things are adding up. This is a timeline that revolves around my life. Now, if Bill Clinton knew about this stuff, if anybody in Congress knows about this stuff, shouldn't I be able to talk to the people that actually have knowledge of this stuff? These things are put on by independent parties, also members of special interest groups, radical groups, ISIS, which means eyes. There's some eyes and eyes. Ice, baby. Just saying, you gotta look at the phonetics. We all grew up saying ooh, ah, e, o, right? Come on, we didn't know American language until it was created, the most diverse language, taking all encompassing languages and putting them into one just to tell a story. And so you have to do phonetics and syllables, kind of like Jonathan. So remember J, it's also an H, is in Jesus in Spanish. So J would be ho or a who, N-A, which is nah, or not, hand. Now that's funny, because hand is, that's a word in Dutch. My family is Bell. Bell is B-Y. 2 L's equals a Y, which is also day. Or you could go B-L, like be ill. Let's think of a word. Think of a word. Management. Man. A. Jim. N. T. And Gemini cricket, you get it? But the T, you have a big T and a big T, and you got a small t. This is Jesus Christ, small t. Kind of like your veterans, they only have a small little t out there in the plot, right? But then you have these big T's. The Bible T's. Bible thumpers, the double daggers, the people that are doing all this crap to us are the people that preach religion. So management is really management. I mean, so like man is not meant to be taken advantage of. People have orchestrated and they spent like $8 billion on me. $8 billion to take a piece of me, to hide it. Come on, man. So you get a little bit of something like this. Let's talk about HGH, human growth hormones. Every quarterback has a number of 1, 2, 3. These all add up to the dots in my head. Obama knows this. Hillary knows this stuff. Bill Clinton knows this stuff. There's a lot of things out on the market, such as human growth hormones. That's come from people such as me. So you got to get a human growth hormone for somebody else to give it to a sports athlete. So when you are adjusting a human growth hormone, these athletes go, who is that? And they said, oh, it's this guy named Doc Bell. Doc who? Doc Bell. Oh, wow. Some people that were told to come and expose with me, came to talk to me. There's a lot of people that have probably died that we don't know about because of this. People were incarcerated because they didn't complete their jobs, because I'm still here. The final thing I'm going to say before I sign off for this one is that I need donations. I need to go and ask these people, because all these people do know it. And I don't care. You know, honestly, I'm rowing the boat. I'm still trying. I'm struggling. I can't seem to reach out to anybody. I can't get a job. I can't get anything done. I did get my Social Security, thank God. I need a loan. I need a loan really bad to get my feet back underneath me so I can get my daughter back. Nobody seems to want to take the time to help me. When they talk about intellectual property, I got that. They've been doing that. When they talk about physical properties and when they produce certain products from me, I have an ultimate right to meet these people that have done this to me and just make it right, you know? I should be able to reach Hillary Clinton. I should be able to reach Bill Clinton, because their names are written all over my timeline and my life chart. And if I can't meet them people, then they are obviously being held captive or hiding from me, which is wrong. I mean, can't we just get along? Why can't anybody come and pick me up? Why can't anybody come and talk to me? You know, that's how it's scary to me, that when I've tried to reach out to these people, because their names are all over my medical records, to all over inside, you know, my life, I want to know. I want to talk to them. I want the truth. I want the facts. You know, and if it takes me standing out there and taking the blow, and if I die over it, then that's fine. You know, but I'm doing this for my daughter. I haven't seen my daughter since March. Not a word. She's nowhere. Nobody cares about that. My daughter's gone. Like the movie Taken. Help me find her. Help me find Emily. Help me find their whole family's disappeared. And I can't help, you know, that she bought a vehicle before all this happened. It said Ford Flex. Like Ford Flex or Flee the X. Because honestly, I'm scared for you. And I'm going to say San Andreas Fault. Bomb. Alaska. Keystone Pipeline, and earthquake or nuclear or nukes are going to blow the shit out of us because of what we're doing. If this happens, and this pipeline's underneath the ground, it's not above ground. Most pipelines run underneath the ground. Remember that. You don't see many pipelines traveling across the ground. We have really professional miners that have been mining for years, and we have conduits that are completely huge. You can drive semi-trucks through them. We have trains that run underneath the ground. They built an underground railroad, and that shit is big. So when they built our railroad, they had 2 railroads going at the same time, 2 different directions, 4 different directions on 2 different coasts. We also have another pipeline in Standing Rock, which they're freezing their river. Yeah, you get it. Up in North Dakota, protecting some sacred ground where the pipe is underneath there, that all these things are going to cascade into one certain thing. And if you read the papers, they're telling us, they're sending warnings in the Associated Press and the USA Today and stuff. They're putting warnings out there that there's no government, there's no plan. And if this happens, we're all in trouble. We're all in trouble. And if anybody's going to go find out the truth, I want to be that guy. I want some other men out there that are going to go and take care of some of these things. This is not rocket science. We all need to have a chance. We all need to know the truth. We need to know the real truth about our water. We need to know the real truth about why they're launching 40, I think it was like 40 satellites.